Alright, welcome back to yet another drawing video. Before I start, I went ahead and did most of the outlines. But today, I'm drawing the Hellscape, a region that of which is located within the Demon Realm. So, before we go further into this, I'll start off with, if you like this video, then leave a like. If you want to see more of it, go on ahead and consider subscribing. But yeah, today's going to be a relatively calm video. Not really too much until like late night comes around, you know. But yes, we're going to be drawing the Hellscape. Now, I didn't have anything in like color swatches saved for the Hellscape. So a large majority of this, it's going to be done with new colors. Which is probably for the best when you think about it. Looking back at previous Hellscape drawings, they looked, what's the word I'm looking for? Too dark, too vivid. You're barely able to tell most of everything apart. I mean, you could still tell what was here. But I like the way this one looks better. And it's going to look even better once we've gotten to the point where we, you know, bring all the fog in. But, yeah. I'm probably going to start off with talking about some of the Hellscape here. And maybe later on, when it's a little bit later, I'm going to go on ahead and maybe discuss some weird stories. So the Hellscape is a region that spans completely underneath the Demon Realm, the surface of the Demon Realm. And is what is essentially the mediator between the surface and the infinite fathomless caverns. Would you stop scratching shit, cat? Or climbing shit while scratching it? But yes, the fathomless caverns is directly underneath this Hellscape, filled with lava and brimstone. However, you can probably consider that to be the core, quote-unquote. How much so, I don't really know. I'll probably have this being a ceiling layer. Cat's still in heat, so she's probably going to be annoying. But, yeah. She's doing it right now. She's doing the thing where she meows in that room while I'm trying to sleep. But it's fine. She'll break out of it eventually, then we'll have a... that's the wrong color. Then we'll have, like, a month of peace until she goes back into freaking heat mode. So, yeah. The Hellscape, being the mediator between the surface and the fathomless cavern, means that if you are to try to escape the fathomless caverns, if you were to ever find yourself within there for some reason or another, I'm talking about like you're somehow being portaled inside of the fathomless caverns, the only way for you to be able to get to the surface is via the Hellscape. The Hellscape is not an easy place to avoid. Not only do you have to worry about the lava and heat and demons, obviously, but the major concern you have to worry about are the flesh giants. What is essentially Titan-like humanoid flesh monsters walking around the ginormous open cavernous space of the Hellscape. She needs to learn to be quiet when she's in heat. You're literally stuck in this room until we can find a house that will accept a cat and 2 dogs. 2 pit bulls, need I mind you, which makes things even more difficult to try to find a place to live outside of this crap hole. Anyways. So, yeah, the flesh giants are the most concerning demons within this region. And that's primarily because of the fact that running one of those things is rather impossible. Of course, outside of just the flesh giants, you also have to be worried about the, I'm going to make this a little bit more. Would you shush? Just like meowing in the corner, technically speaking. You're trying to meow out the window to get the male cat's attention, but no male cat's gonna go out there. Especially with the chance of 2 pit bulls coming out of the woodworks as they go to use the bathroom. And then get distracted. Anyways, I'm getting distracted myself. The old cat over here. So yes, the flesh giants are not really like the only thing you have to worry about. Because when you think about the flesh giants, you're like, oh, okay, these giant guys over here. Why don't I take to these cavernous areas then? Dang old friggin' food crumbs, man. Don't mind me. Don't mind my food crumbs. Yeah. Yeah, I know too much information, but what can you do? Alright, that's better. Ceiling number 2. So, in the cavernous areas, the dark, dimly lit areas, lies a demon called the Shadow Clown. And they believe what the Shadow Clown does is that once it grabs hold of its prey, it will shape and warp them and turn them into somewhat of a balloon animal. Now, I don't quite remember exactly if that's what it did, but it did shape and morph you like you were a balloon animal. Not exactly a good fate for ye to die upon, am I right? Would you calm your damn hormones? Freaking cat. But yes, not only are the outer areas dangerous, but the inner cavernous areas are also just dangerous. And what's funny, you would think that the entirety of the Hellscape and the Fathomless Caverns are like somewhat similar, but the Hellscape is giant cavernous. Think of it like the Nether in Minecraft, with all the giant, what do you call it? Except there's no like lava. Well, okay, there might be some lava lakes, but it's mostly made up of lava rivers and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing I think the Nether is missing in Minecraft. Outside of lava, like giant lava oceans, they should have something like this. You'll see what I mean when I color that in. But shish! Christ, this cat needs to learn the meaning of the word quiet. Shh. Shh. Don't you worry at me. Don't you jump up here and try to knock over my water bottle either. Christ, cat, you need to learn to keep it in. Man, old dang old talk about frick goddamn keeping in your non-existent paints, man. I'll talk about some dang old, I don't know what kind of color I want to go for this rock here. And I think that would work. It shouldn't be all red. We should have some browns in here as well. Yeah, most of the rocks, like this is like the base layer formation. I'm thinking about like making more than just that. Like how you say, did I just call that a floor when I called the other one ground? No, I did call it floor. Okay, so I'll just call you floor as well. No. Floor 3A, not 1C. We ain't doing that right now. But, yes, there is a huge difference between the two regions, aside from, like, you know, fire and ice differences. The, the Hellscape is a giant cavernous area with some dark cave systems sprawn about. Consider those areas that are for some reason unaffected by the Bulbloom's light from above the surface. And yes, the Bulbloom's light does reach below the surface. It does reach the Hellscape. And it does reach the Fathomless Caverns. Although it's rather dim, there is still light coming from that demon. I'm wondering if I should actually do a little... Whoops, I did not want to do that. But, yeah. So, as I was saying before, cavernous, ginormous, like big enough to allow for, like, 100-meter tall flesh giants to be able to walk around the place. While the Fathomless Caverns, on the other hand, are more along the lines of cramped and narrow hallways with some caves that are big but not big enough to warrant an open, spacious area such as this. I'm thinking it like old Minecraft caves before the new update came to be. That's the best example that I can really provide to you for this particular instance. Oh, wait a minute. I got a different color line for you. I shall use a different wall color. Which one is it? Here we go. But aside from that, the lighting within the area is, not only from the bulb ones. When you go out into the area filled with lava rivers and lava falls, those are the areas that get brightly lit up. More so. It's why the Hellscape isn't completely dark and dim like the Fathomless Caverns is. It's because the Hellscape over here, needless to say, has a bunch of lava to help light it up. And also the other major difference is the dark, pitch black areas in some caverns. Some caverns are dark and pitch black, which is where you're going to most likely find the Shadow Clown Demon. Wait a minute, I should probably do a different color for this one, shouldn't I? That'll work. And I'm trying to make it look more like less all red and more like the colors are they're on a red spectrum. They're still red, but they're not completely red. I can even show you a previous drawing of the Hellscape, actually. Let me just get this done with first, and then I shall open up a JPEG of that drawing. Album 7 this was. This is what it looked like before. With, all of there's literally no pixels here. Dang old demons here, the headworm. The difference here I'm making is that it's going to be a little bit closer up front, but we still got the further away parts here. We even got a skull here. Like, I'm debating where I'm putting this, kind of. And the flesh giants. Somewhat humanoid, but, some features of the flesh giants are completely different. Blazing hell. And that's why this is called the Hellscape. I'm not going to move it so you can see it. The drawing itself is called the Hellscape. But you see how big of a difference there is in that department. I guess the one major difference here is that we're literally taking one landscape here and putting it somewhere else. Although, needless to say that, he was facing in, we were facing in and looking at it in this direction. So we could be looking at it a different area. But I guess that doesn't exactly matter too much right now. Nah, man, what matters is that we go on ahead and remake this area. We should be trying to get this stuff done within a reasonable time frame, correct? Shouldn't take too long for us to get this completed. Okay, I'm gonna have a pillar here. That's why I'm going all out with the remake of these things. There's not too much in the way of plants here because, like I said before, this entire area is what is essentially a heated area filled with fire and brimstone. Maybe I'll have some fire geysers, actually. Why not? Some fire geysers work perfectly. Put those near where all the, are the lava rivers and stuff like that. We can do that, sure. I think I'll put a pillar up here, too. Underneath this, so that we may be able to go on it. When I say underneath this, I didn't mean this, I mean this. Because I was trying to figure out where that was, and then I found out what it was, and now we can continue forward. Is this 4A? No, I think this would be 3B, since it's still in the same spectrum as where it needs to be. 3B. But so far so good. There's not too much that we have to worry about here. No. The parts that we have to worry about are further down ahead. And, When I say worry about them, I mean, like, we already got an L, apparently. Chances are I might be pausing this video later on. I'll let you know when that happens. But, yes, the farther out areas are a little bit more complex and has a lot of pillars to have to worry about. I think that's the thing that was missing in the original one. We didn't have as much depth. Remember that Desert Queen drawing I did like a while ago? When was that? Couldn't have been that long ago. It had to have been like somewhere around this year. Ah, yes. Remember this? This is the idea that we have in... Ooh, let me just expand. This is the idea that we have in mind for the back there. Pillars and stuff, except, you know, more lava and less sand. That's the plan, anyways. And, well, because of the fact that, you know, the pen tool can be a little messy at times, it might be tricky to get that first try. But I think we'll be fine. I think we can do this. Alright, I'm going to have different colored rocks here. How many walls do we have? We only got 3 wall colors. I think what I should try to do is make this wall color just a bit different, maybe a little bit more pink. Wall 4C. Yeah, that work. Sure, why not? Wall number 4. Number 4, go! Alright, right there. Alright, good. Give me this color back, and I'll put that right over here. And now we'll do the cave system next. So the cave systems will probably still keep with the usual look there with that. Well, I guess we need the ceiling now, don't we? Let's see, what ceiling do I want to use here? Ceiling 2? Ceiling 2 looks good. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. For now though, I'm going to just put the caves in. And I guess what we could do actually for this part here is have all the caves combined as one beam because of how far apart they all are. So you here, you here, you here. Boom. This obviously is the same color, so it's not going to make much of a difference. So we're going to be really there for like shading it in. That's a wall, or floor I should say. I could still have those combined, however. Give me the floor, boy. Free my hole. I'm gonna go and grab this color here and above the cave. Above the cave, cat. Okay, the cat is in tired mode. I should not be bothering her. Mainly so that we don't have to deal with her constantly worrying up our ass, you know? Let's see. I guess we could use ceiling 1 for this part. And this is also going to be a good way to see just how different the color is, if it is different at all. Yeah. I should try to set up, like, dividers of some form to, like, ensure that I, you know, have the exact spot of where the fog needs to be. Okay, so that does look different. Although now I'm questioning if you should be here instead. Oh no, with the way that's colored set up, it makes sense for this to be that because of the, you know, that's a wall and that's red and yeah, that makes sense. Okay, good. That'll work. Next up, I'll make another one of these. So yeah, perspective might be quite difficult to comprehend in this particular drawing. Because this is a large, cavernous landscape. So goddamn large. I think this might actually be above that. I mean, it would make sense with the way it's set, but at the same time, I don't know, it just seems off, you know? It's fine. Okay, so, yeah, so this is further out here. I think this right here is where that all is. So now, what would I be missing? I think that might be all here. So let's move on to the next phase, shall we? Floor 4A. Alright, so this one is simplistic enough. I want the flooring here to be a little bit more redder, to signify hot rocks. So, floor number 2. Number 2! If anybody don't get that reference, then you ain't an OG, which is like a month ago. Was it a month ago? Yeah, a month ago. Somewhere in December. Oh, wait a minute. Are you actually a part of this? No, don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. I should just... because I call this wall 5. I'll just call this ceiling 2 ceiling. Even though it's not a ceiling, it's a wall. But easier on me if I don't have to try to keep track of that. There we go. I guess I'll call you floor 4B since you are technically connected to the same layer area, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, you're probably going to connect that and that then, are you not? Perhaps. And you're just the back end, you're the edge. I think that means I need to move you down a bit so that you connect to that. Okay, good. The cat's... well, that might not be good for me later on, because now she's going to be awake at night meowing for another male cat. Am I right? Huh? Cat? Fine. It's fine. I just got a freaking box. Try to stop her from meowing for like at least, what do you call it? At least an hour. Until she's like, alright, I'm going back to meowing again. Don't worry, folks. She's just in heat. She's not, in any bad shape or form. She's just looking to get fucked. And, that's not cool for my already terrible inability to try to sleep at night. The old cat needs to learn to keep it to ourselves. That's what I do. Keep it to myself. Dang old about some goddamn... wait, why am I making that? That can be on the same layer as that. It's literally where it needs to be. At the very least, it doesn't last for like more than a week. But still doesn't change how annoying it can be when you're trying to go to sleep and you can't go to sleep. Because when you're about to go to sleep, you hear a loud meow in the fuck out of the room and you're like, shut up, and she won't shut up. And you gotta like make loud noises to try to like scare her into shutting up. Alright, let's see. Another cave system here, eh? Interesting. It also doesn't help that I'm constantly getting adrenaline rushes now when I'm trying to sleep. It's stupidly annoying. It's stupidly annoying. Seriously, like, when I'm at work, my body's like, oh, now's the time to sleep. As I barely even have any time to sleep unless the frickin' crap's down for a bit. But no, when I'm at home, my eyes are tired and I lay in bed like freaking 20 minutes or 10 minutes later. It's like, okay, it's time to get up and be a douchebag and be like, okay, get up, I'm gonna vibrate you until you get up, you freaking piece of crap. Body needs to learn a goddamn difference between when is a fight and flight moment. I am trying to fucking sleep. There's no reason to fight nor flight, you idiot, you moron. Do I have to slam my head against a wall just to put you back into your place, you stupid brain? It's annoying. The human body needs to evolve in order to, what's the word I'm looking for? accommodate for the fact that we have all of these lights and occurrences here, as well as just freaking. I guess also, my freaking bed frame is broken too. So I have my bed kind of curves in the middle a little bit. The side's also broken, but I somehow managed to fix it by using physics. It's been sticking as is, I think. Is it still? Yep, still somehow connected, even though it's literally held but together by physics. I need to get a metal bed frame. Alright, let's see. We're about to reach the wall portion in the back, all the way over here. The wall portion. On the wall here will probably be a little bit more red to signify the fact that this is close to the bottom. Close to the bottom, and also it's good to want to have. Yeah, at first when I made this, I was like, yeah, the color scheme here almost kind of looks like it's, you know, the Blood Peaks, except it's, you know, has a lot of lava and good old, you know, cavernous look here, kind of, so to speak. Oh, looks like it's time to pause the video, hopefully. Alright, pausing time now. Okay, unpause completed. Just had to get my clothes out of the dryer. Okay, now, drink time. So, I don't quite remember where we last left off our conversation. But, yes. We're working on the back end here now. Sure, I'll figure out what I was talking about before, but for now, we're just going to continue working on this. Okay, so, just like in the Blood Peaks drawing, we are, of course, we are going to be drawing demons in this as well. Is it going to be in this video? Maybe I'll make a part 2. We'll see. But, yeah. We're just going to go on ahead and, see how much progress we can get in this video with this one. I also kind of want to make a couple of Minecraft videos a day and have them lined up for this week. Monday and Wednesday, most likely. Because if I can get those too early and out, I'll be able to work on a third drawing this week. We got, like, what? Let's see, today is Sunday. It's almost done, so about, like, 8 days left until the month ends. I do want to try to get extra drawings done with throughout the year, if I can help it. If the drawing's too complex, or if I have 3 complex drawings in a row, obviously we will not be able to make a third drawing, and we'll have to wait until the next week to draw it. Quantity is good when you want to consider the fact that you know, you kind of do need to make more drawings if you want to get to certain ideas. But you shouldn't sacrifice too much quality for it. And with me, I, at the very least, try to make quality at a decent pace. Sure, I could probably take a little longer on these drawings, but it gets to a point where I'm like, well, I've worked on this so much and I don't know what else to add without, like, having, like, needless additions that I don't really need to have on, you know what I mean? And besides, there's, like, certain drawings that you can't really keep working on consistently. And it's primarily because of the fact that, A, you've already added in so much. Adding in any more will seem kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a certain word I'm looking for, but I can't remember. Seem kind of, I can't remember, whatever. Drop the entire statement. It's just, I work at my own pace. If my own pace is fast, then so be it. But, yeah. We got, like, a few... Well, okay. Sheesh. And the cat's back up and active again now, huh? I'll make this pillar over here be a little bit redder, since it's close to the bottom. Yeah. So I can at least let you in on the plan that I have going throughout this week. I don't think it's too big of a spoiler since, you know, these are already kind of things that are expected to be drawn. So, with that being said, let me start out by talking about the drawing I'm going to be doing after this is completed. So, going on with the Demon Realm theme, as this entire limitation period is going to be for the entirety of the Demon Realm, we're going to be drawing the Splicer next. The Splicer is that caterpillar-esque demon, and it's going to be located within the fantasy folder, mainly because A, there's some demons that are separated by fantasy and mock-brain horror, and B, you know, I have a plan set in mind for the Demon Realm demons. And here's what my plan is. So, this is what remains left to draw on our list of the Demon Realm demons. The ones that we've mentioned. That's why I'm not drawing any new demons. Well, it might be new to you if you didn't look at all the other stuff, the landscapes and all the descriptions talking about them. You might not even know that a headworm exists, do you? A demon that resides within here. Because it's been ages since we've drawn anything within the Hellscape. Same rule applies to the Blood Peaks. It's been ages since we've drawn anything for that particular region. But, yeah. Yeah, so, what the Christ, brain. Remember. Oh, yes. We're talking about how many demons are left. So, in the Crimson Jungle, we only got the Splicer and Mothras next. Mothras being the ruler of the Crimson Jungles. I should make these pillars in the back a little bit more darker. We do have a little, like, hint as to what Mothras looks like in, the Crimson Jungles region drawing. But I'm gonna probably try to, like, improve upon that just a little bit. So he doesn't look too, what's the word I'm looking for? Simplistic. So to speak. Those two are the only ones left to draw in the Crimson Jungle. The sub-region located in the middle of the Crimson Jungle, i.e. the Undead Ruins, also only has 2 demons left. I can just bring up the list right now. I don't even know why I'm trying to remember it. I have a list right here for me to look at. The only demons left in the Undead Ruins are the Decrepit and the Drone. I believe the Decrepit are the demons that are being controlled by what I think is the Hectus, as their heads replaced by their skin-like head. It's been a while since I've looked at this. I don't even remember what album that was located in. Was that 11? I know the Undead Ruins was made after the Voids, was made, so it could have been like maybe 13. There's Moonheld. There's Lament, at least. So, what was it? Somewhere in 12, and I just overlooked it? Ah, Ruined Hell, yes. Was that the case with this one? Or was there like a certain other demon? Because it does not look like the Hectus. It's been a while since I've actually looked into anything to do with the Undead Ruins. But, yeah. A zombie-esque demon, the Decrepit is, and the Drone is, basically the watcher of said region, crawling around, spider-like. I think that's like the entire point of that particular region, sub-region. To go forth with all the insects quest that we have in the Crimson Jungle, we got our hands on a bunch of spider-type demons here. Which, I mean, all the regions have some form of a spider demon. So it's not like they have any, like, say over what's the, oh, that's over that, isn't it? They don't have any say over what region is going to have what types of demons. I had a sub-region idea set in mind for the Blood Peaks, actually. I'm going to call this Wall 7A, because I'm pretty sure we got 6, right? Yeah, we got 6. No wall. No wall, I'm probably going to still use this color set because it's high enough away from the, what do you call it? But yeah, a sub-region located in the middle of the Blood Peaks, which is essentially just like the trench spider queen's little nest lair kind of deal over here. And, I guess there would be like a bunch of different types of spider-type demons located within this particular middle area, which makes sense. But it's located directly dead center in the middle of the Blood Peaks. It's pretty big to be considered its own sub-region, but you can easily avoid it so long as you know what to look out for. Well, that's the case for most areas now, isn't it? I don't think I'm going to put this in the same instance as the walls over here. Maybe the same for you two, actually. I should try to differentiate the colors here, so maybe this middle part will be redder. A little bit more redder. And maybe a little bit more blue added in. Okay, for a second I thought the thing. Man, old dang old talk about pillar over here, man. Dang old pillar 3. So now we got 4 pillar colors then. So, at the very least, we got some for the front that are a little bit more lighter. I guess we'll still have those in the back for the lighter parts there. Let's see. I guess I should draw this particular area in its own setup, so maybe, I don't know. Well, first things first, I need to draw the lava fall here. Which lava fall is this? Are we on 3A or is it 1C? And we're on 3A, okay. Yeah, this all here is going to just be walls, so to speak. So, oh yeah, this is also, alright, where is this? I believe here will work. Don't forget, brain, this too is also a lava fall. Not a wall, a lava fall. Which kind of makes sense. And would you believe that this is not even like this? I think this is the bottom area, like the bottommost area, close to the bottom at least. And then you have to go through like a few cave systems that goes further past this in order to actually get to the Fathomless Caverns. All right, I'm going to work on this side first then. So I'm going to make you wall 8A. Use the same color as this for you, question mark. Yeah. And I'll separate this so that it may be able to actually separate it more effectively immediately. Let's see. I guess I could do this for you. And we could do this for the side over here. Whoops. I'll make you 8C. There we go. Now, I think I have planned for like the further outreaches is have the foggy light lava glow in the back. Make it so that you're very unable to see what's far in the back, if you know what I mean. So maybe this will be redder because it's close to the back. So we'll have to try to keep that in mind. So pillar number 5, same color as the floor, but it's good to want to have it be separate so that we are able to easily acquire what we need to acquire. So I guess now we're going to work on this side next. I'll have this be separate. So wall 9A. It'll be the same color as this wall. And you'll have a big lava fall. Just like most waterfalls, there are many different shapes and sizes. This one's a thick boy, because you know this is further in the back. And this one is, well, it's still pretty thick. This one I'd say would be the smallest kind of waterfall you can acquire, or a lava fall I should say. Maybe a little bit bigger because this is further back. Landscape's perspective in instances like this can be a little bit difficult to apprehend. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you need to be ceiling. For a second there, it sounded like it was raining, but it's not. It doesn't say that it's raining, at least. Well, that's weird. Well, that's gonna suck. Anyways, the pillar, what pillar is this? 4A? We on 4? We on... No, we're on 5. I think. And I call those walls for some reason. Well, it's fine. It doesn't matter. God dang it, it does sound like something's raining out there, man. God dang. Yeah. Alright, it's fine, alright. Okay, I'll make this one wall since it does say wall. Oh no, that is also a pillar. Oh wait, but that also kind of, oh, wait. How could I forget? Alright, yeah, that's the color we're using. This one next. Also, I forgot to call that 4, I think we're on 4 anyways. Like I said, you aren't able to see this because we're only able to capture the screen itself. Otherwise, you're just going to show a blank grayish space in the back there. And you won't even know what the hell we're drawing. I gotta say, it's gonna be interesting to see just how different the entirety of the Hellscape is gonna look now that my skills have improved to this level. And at the very least, you know, that was like years ago. I don't even know how long that was. At least 5. 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I drew a drawing, that of which was a long time ago. The skills I had were not as refined as they were now. 6. I mean, we can say the same to all of us. The drawings we've made in the past. They look so different, don't they? Yeah, I guess we can use this color then. Why not? Okay, I think you were behind that, actually. So, wall 90. There's even though some of these drawings that I've made in the past fall in the past, so, you know, kind of outdated, there are some drawings that I like a lot. Okay, a good example, actually. So that one drawing of the thing you saw was album 7. We're looking at a drawing way back in album 3, the Fire Elemental Remix. Even though you can tell the skill the difference of the skill here, that still looks pretty good, even for the time that I made that. Considering the fact that you know, I mean, like, okay, good example I can show you. Question is, when did I draw that? Was that album 27? It was, damn. And this was also still so long ago. The remake of that after that. I mean, huge difference, obviously. I say the second one still looks pretty good. And I say if I draw them again, I probably could make them look even better. Who knows? We have refined our effects and stuff, so to speak. So potentially, maybe, we might just be able to make something even better from that department. But as it stands right now, I still like that drawing way back in the past. Drawing aged pretty well now, didn't it? Is this pillar 8 or are we on pillar 7? No, we're on pillar 6. We haven't even, or 5, we haven't even surpassed pillar 7 yet. We're on pillar 6. I looked at pillar 5. I don't even think you can see those windows whenever I right click. Alright, I don't know. How about red pillar? Red pillar in the back does kind of make sense. We're further back more. Okay, this is going to the farther back end, so I think now what we need to do is start working towards the floor area here. Question is this floor 4? It's 6? Floor 6. We're on floor 6 right now. Okay, cool. Same as the back end right there. Let's see. I gotta remember where all these pieces were. I think that's it. Yes. Indeed. Indubitably. Which lava are we on right now? Lava 3A. Okay, good. And we covered that all up with lava. And now for the far back ends of the Hellscape. It is definitely a reminiscence of the Nether. Although I don't know if I was making this with that particular instance in mind at the time. Because, let me see if I can pull up the first Hellscape drawing I've done. I think this is in album 3 too. Was that it? Let me look at album 2 for a second just to get him to double check my drawings over here. Yeah, I think that was the first instance of the Hellscape. The Bone Shrill. This is essentially what the Hellscape was in the beginning. Notice how you can barely see anything. Like, if you look over here, that's the lava rivers. This is what I did way back in album 3. Barely any, like, lighting or anything like that. Barely could see anything in the back. Now when you look at what I've made, you can see things a little bit more clearly now. The effects are more crisp and clean. Way better than what I did way back when I first started off with Photoshop. And also, when was that? New Year's Cat was here too. So this was like on the first year. I think it was the first year anyways. I'm pretty sure it was close to it. Looking back, it does show that one, so it could have been around then. Who knows? But yeah, it's been what? Wait, couldn't I just sort it by like? I guess sort by name. Or what about date? And that was the last thing we did. Oh, I see. Okay, so somewhere into the second year is when we made the Bone Shrill, but we made the Fire Elementals somewhere beforehand, which was it was a long time ago. I don't exactly remember the dates. I think I was like 19 at the time. And I'm 25 now. Going on 26. 26 years. Jesus. And yet, I feel... still old. Older than that. Well, it's a weird, like, combination, really. I feel old, but I still feel like I'm a teenager, if you know what I mean. Still got that mentality, almost, so to speak. Or is that just it's just the fact that I haven't yet, that reality hasn't broken yet, despite how much it's been trying to screw me over. I'm still keeping up with this, as you can clearly see right now in video formation. Even if these aren't getting a single view, I'm still keeping up with this. Plus, this is also good to have as evidence that I drew the drawings that I did, because you're seeing me drawing them and making them what they're supposed to look like. Always good to want to have some form of evidence if somebody is trying to steal your work, and this is a good way to get evidence. Alright, so that's another, like, wall over there. Yeah, some of the walls are dead ends, as you can clearly see. yeah, because of that not being anywhere near that, that could be that particular color. Sure, why not? Whoops, that's not E, that's an R. I guess we could do this for that and this. Or we could do a little bit redder. I mean, I guess redder would work. How about that? Maybe less dark. You don't want it to be too dark now. Wall 7. Okay. Wall number 7. I move that into position now, and then... Alright, good. Then we shall put in the... whoops, that's got to be about that. The lava fall. Number 5, 6. Or B, not 6. Sure, this B, the lowercase b, could look like a 6 from time to time in stylistic formation, but it ain't. It ain't, you fool. Alright, I will still use this, however, for the far end back. Maybe? Question mark? I don't know, I guess we can still... Or we could... wait. We could use this. No, that blends in with that. We could just do this then. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Alright, Lava Fall 5C. We're almost done with the general coloring portion, I think. Oh. We might be done already. Hold on. So now we get the back end. Back end, which is going to be covered by a bright reddish fog. Boom. Maybe not that bright. Maybe more orangish. That could work. Alright, far fog, I'll call this one. Use at any time we look at the part of the hellscape that goes too far for the eye to see. Alright, I can save this now. Save this swatch over here. Whoops, that's the wrong area. No, that's still the wrong area. Hellscape, landscape, and hellscape. There we go. Alright, good. Already looking better than the other one. With more to work with. Now we just gotta shade it in. Shade it, texture it. Put in all the brush-esque kind of things for the rocks and stuff. Try to set up some fire geysers or something. Oh yeah, I was talking about what demons were left for me to draw, right? Long ago before I somehow got distracted by something, don't know what. So I already told you about the, Crimson Jungle having 2 left and the Undead Ruins having 2 left. The only thing left after that is Lamet with 8 demons, Space Abyss with 1 demon that we're saving until we draw all the other demons on the list, and the Void with 5 demons remaining. Alright, so the Void, we have 5 of them. A Blip Head, the Puncture, the Rib Cracker, the Shadow Stealer, and the Shadow Watcher. It's been a while since I've looked at the Void demons though, so I can't really tell you it off of memory of what those are like. I think a couple of them are shadow creature-esque demons in the Voids, with the rest of them being bone-type demons. I forgot I did it like that. But that's what's left in the Void. The Void's going to be, even with my skills as it is, the Void is going to be tricky to try to actually draw it in its entirety. Because the Void, canonically, is a vast, infinite landscape of nothingness. There's no land. The only form of land we have is surrounding the Void Eater, the ruler of the Void, and subsequently the demon realm entirely. That giant white bone dragon. That's literally the size of... I think I said it was the size of our solar system. But yeah, that's the only form of land that we have to walk upon within the Void. And getting to that part, oh boy. I think most Void demons are going to be a little bit more difficult for me to draw in general, because the Void, like I said, there's nothing out there. Nothing at all. With the only exception being the area near the Void Dragon, and also I think the Time Shifter, what was his name? and his clockwork-looking areas surround somewhere deep in the southern parts, or was the northern parts of the void. Somewhere deep within the northern parts, I believe it was. The only form of land we can walk upon. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. You were actually a cave system, so to speak, so I can make you a little bit darker. I almost forgot about that. Thankfully, I didn't. So, yeah. We, as, with our bodies, as weak as it is, we're unable to enter the void because of the substance that the void is made out of. Just touching is enough that could potentially kill you. So, it's best not to go near the void. If you can help it, that is. I mean, well, I guess the question is, if you're stuck in a dead-end point with the void at the end of that tunnel, and some, let's say, fathomless caverns demon comes to try to kill you, what would you take? Would you attempt to try to fight the demon off and just get killed in the most gruesome way, or do you want to go down the void route? We don't really know, just like how quickly you'll die if you intake some void. But it could be worse, or it could be better than being ripped apart by a fathomless cavern demon. Who knows? And, that's just a void with 5 left. That's not even the majority of what's left either. We still have Lament, which is something we haven't been working on, at all. The only demon we drew from there is the Vortex, which makes sense because the Vortex is actually a kind of important demon to the demon realm, in the sense that whatever mood the Vortex is in will change the face of the moon, the Lament. It's weird to think that this realm of existence has a moon when it's really just like a floating spherical rock in a space-like regional area high above like the surface. Because that's essentially what it is. If you have not read much about the demon realm, there are 3 infinitely expanding regions. The Fathomless Caverns makes up the infinitely expanding region going downwards. So no matter how deep you go in the Fathomless Caverns, you will never find anything new. It's just going to be the Fathomless Caverns, and it's going to keep getting colder and colder until you eventually freeze to death. Like, even a robot wouldn't be able to go down there because their servos would get too cold, and there wouldn't be enough heat to try to warm you up, is what I'm saying. The further down you go. It's like the further down you go, the further down the degrees go. That's the Fathomless Caverns. Now, the Space Abyss is somewhere in the same spectrum. It's the infinitely expanding upper region. So, here's the Fathomless Caverns going constantly, that hand moving as my other hand goes up, you can't see off the screen. And then here's the Space Abyss, constantly going up, can't go down further. I've hit you get what I mean. I hit the chair. But, yes, it's constantly going upwards. And the further out you go within the Space Abyss, the closer you'll get to Melody. And Melody is huge. She makes up a large majority of the Space Abyss going past her. Or going, the word I'm looking for is not that. She makes up a large majority of the Space Abyss in a width and length sort of sense. Not height, obviously, because if that was the case, then you would get destroyed immediately as soon as you go into the Space Abyss. There were like a few regions that I have in mind, and I think the plan is with those few regions, we are going to create like a skull and crossbones kind of like shape for the entirety of the demon realm. When are we going to do that? I have no clue. We have to finish off all the demons on the list. And then what I'm most likely going to do is make the regions of those. There's only like 5 new regions planned. I think I've already said what they were. But that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to finish off the demons on the list. Then we're going to go on ahead and at some point in the future after that, we're going to make 5 new regions. Show off the demons there, but we're not going to explain what any of the demons are to you. We will explain what they are once we've drawn them in full, and then we can link them from that region. Just like what I'm doing with the Blood Peaks right now in its current form. But other than that, well, whoops. Let's just say that I'm going to be a little bit more careful with how I add all these demons, so I don't have to, like, forcibly do something like this again. Probably add, like, I don't know, a few demons here and there. I also gotta expand upon Reginald's mock break cases some more. And I think what I plan on doing at some point is having Reginald Franklin look up the alternates of the, the whole Mandalay, what was it? Mandalog catalogs? What was it? Christ. Mandalog. Was I right the first time? Mandalay catalog? No. Mandela. That's what, Mandela catalog. That's the word. And the good thing about Reginald Franklin and the Unknown Entity Tracker team in general is the fact that they have a device that allows them to look back in the times of all of the universes that they have, I guess what you could call it the seed or maybe the key of said universe. Obviously, you have to have some way to be able to access the histories of said universe you're going to be looking into. And this works perfectly for Reginald Franklin. Because there's no way in hell the alternates are capable of going through this like VR-esque area that Reginald Franklin has set up within his place. Plus, it's in another universe. But don't forget, the Unknown Entity Trackers are working off-universe. Like, okay, I don't think I've stated this before in previous, drawings of it, but the Unknown Entity Trackers do all of their work inside of what is literally their own custom-made pocket dimension. Think of it like your own universe, right? But it's black and filled with nothingness. What they did, however, is the same way that the ROTC cats made the Weird Factory, is by making a facility in there, in that specific area, whatever shape they want to, make it in. You got, these architects to, build up these areas here, so you can tell that they're going to have fun building things in the literal void, and it's like, I get to build this building with literally no need to worry about structural integrity, just so long as that, it's practical for everyone to be able to get around the place. Count me in. I mean, if I had the ability to create, a building within black nothingness that I could just teleport to if I ever want to, stay away from the crappy reality of Israel worlds for, a few hours or so, maybe. Or if I'm, ever in danger of somebody trying to attack me on the streets, I could just dang old open up my portal to my pocket dimension. They're going to be like, what the hell, where'd he go? And I'm going to be sitting in my lounge room being all like, you fools can't get to me. I'm in a place where you will never be able to get to. And even if they were to somehow manage to find a way to get to my pocket dimension by using the same universe traveling technology, I'll have friends in there to help me out. Of course, obviously, weaponry at the hands if those fools come in. I just realized something. If you were able to make your own pocket dimension, you would be able to become a very easy serial killer. You would be able to easily kill people within a pocket dimension. Something like Radical Larry does constantly in ASCP breach games, or whatever you want to, refer to them as. Pretty dangerous power to have if you're mentally unstable. Oh, I guess that doesn't have the floor showing. But if you're somebody who is secluded and likes to stay away from, potential danger, pocket dimension is very useful. Also, just freaking the fact that if you could make your own pocket dimension, then that means that somewhere out there's a weird factory, and we could potentially get to it someday. Someday, shape, or form. But yes, Reginald Franklin going in and coming back to do little, entity case on the alternates. Because technically speaking, they are also technically considered entities. Entities are what? Unknown, mysterious creations of some form, correct? Is that the definition? Am I remembering that correctly? Essentially, these beings out of which we have no clue who they are, what they are, or anything of that nature. Somewhat like monsters, so to speak, like what SCPs are. Yeah, sure, SCPs and even Reginald Franklin's, they've done enough investigation to know what those things are, but they're still considered entities, are they not? Plus, it makes sense. I need to get more fan art related Reginald Franklin's Macabre cases going in. And, I think I can go on ahead and let you in on at least a couple of fan art related Macabre. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Macabre and horror, Reginald's Macabre cases. Oh god, no. Oh god, you went in too close, you fool. Oh yeah. Oh god, no, wrong one. We made a circle. It's fine, folks, we're fine. Yeah, see, look at how different that is with the shading. It's going to look even more different once we've added textures and stuff. But, yeah, I can let you in on what I have planned going into the fan art related Macabre, Reginald's Macabre case, Jesus Christ, Macabre cases. So there's that one guy. This is actually a weird story that I came up with as well, which I think is pretty hilarious. And I'll let you in on what it is, because, weird stories, right? I also got other weird stories to talk about that's on the list that I gotta try to remember to put on the list. I had some, but then I forgot. I should really, consider just having some form of, note log on hand whenever I'm at that place, because I'm not gonna be able to think of these weird stories again right off the bat. I have to be in a specific mind space where I'm oh yeah, that story, I should write that down before I forget so I can exclaim it in the in one of these videos. But okay, anyways, so there, you remember that otter kid and that violin guy and the globba gubba whatever, the yo gabba gabba dude over here, can't remember his freaking name. Well, I created what is essentially called a blood blog lab, or how you want to call it, which is essentially what happens when the mysterious entity sneaks in a specific book. Now, when the globba is, goes in and to absorb its contents, the effects start to take place. This universe was once peaceful, and he was once a nice man. But the mysterious entity invaded that peace by giving him a cursed book that changed not only his personality, but his diet as well. So this is what happens. The otter kid is going out and trying to look for his friends, and the violin guy gives the warning of... The warning about the, however that scene went. I never really, look into it, but the scene of how it went, I think the violin guy looks more distraught, the dialogue still remains the same, the tone's still there, but the violin guy looks concerned and worried about something. So then you go in, and the landscape around the area is completely different. It's more like a bunch of books and mazes and stuff. It's as if the entire area turned into this labyrinthian place. And 90% of the books that are in there are the accursed books, the multiple different types of accursed books that the mysterious entity created for the blood blabba gabba guy to freaking consume and not even realize that an effect was taking place. All of the dancing, whatever the hell those were, I don't remember, were they books, are all dead now. They're dead on the ground, ripped up. The only thing left now are the accursed books. And you enter a stealth portion of this particular area. And if you get noticed by him, he does the gasp as he slithers over on towards you. If he grabs you, the other guy is like, what do you do to my friends? And as he's trying to struggle out the blah blah blah, because he looks normal at this point, but he takes a drastic change later on in the game. And he's like, I have eaten them, just the same as how I am going to eat you. And then our kid's like, oh. And then he just puts out his mouth, just, our kid screams, and just like all full and whole. Just one crunch, you hear bones, and then a second one, which is squishing, slight bones. Only 2 quote-unquote bites, and he was dead. Otter Kid's dead. Game over. Then he goes inside of the book. Kind of just like the sting noise you hear when you like the piano or like the violin or whatever the frick you want to call it. And then as his body merges inside of the book, the broken pair of glasses of that Otter Kid is like on top of the book now. And you got the bad ending, which there's no good ending in this, trust me. This all ends in depravity and terribleness. There's no instance here where the otter survives, and you'll see what happens at the end. So go through this and not get caught by him. And there's like, you're sneaking around, there's a few like lines coming from him, be like, I'm not feeling myself, or something like, stay away from me, something is not right. As his like demeanor starts to change into this psychotic-esque kind of like, lack of emotion kind of deal. Yeah. Occasionally you hear him like screaming, like trying to fight against the mysterious entity's control, but to no avail. And then eventually, you get to a certain point where you're now in the, once you've found the corpses of your friends, I say corpses, I mean like the leftover like stuff that they have on them that, you can distinguish them as, your friends because they're dead now. All that otter's friends are dead. Once that happens, the Blobbergobba comes out, somewhat feral, while some of his self is still trying to gain control back, but little to no avail. And at this point now, you're slated with the objective to run. Now you gotta run. Run as fast as you can. So, changes of the Blobbergobba, whatever the hell his name is, starts to occur. His body turns all charred, bloody, and black. Slowly starts to turn. It's not instant. And as he tries to get to you, switch between books, goes into one book, comes out of another somehow. He slowly starts to transform into the Yabba Dabba. And then after you've gotten to the I guess you could call it the fake out point, where there's going to be arrows leading you to the arrows will lead you to the exit, but once you've gotten to a certain colored arrow, I believe it was, you gotta not follow that arrow because it will lead you to your death. Once you've gotten to that point, the full form of the Yo Dabba Dabba Doo comes into play, and you see this giant, charred, black, bloody version of the Globification Bro guy thing with a skull, that this type of face and a wide jaw and like big underbite. It is now chasing after you, like the ground shakes before you, all the books fall around you. And if you don't go in the right direction, if you follow the arrows that are trying to lead you to a stray, you'll scoop up the otter and just one crunch, he turns into red mush. And, he just bites like this, kind of like that, and you're now jelly. You're now blood jelly. And game over again. But if you keep following the path, you'll come across like more like hallway like instances. You can see him in the background, jumping between multiple different books. Until you get to the second part where you are trying to avoid capture. Once you've successfully managed to do that, you go through this one long-ass hallway. Like after you go through another like windy corridors with him jumping back and forth. And then the last part. You finally reach the exit. You open the door. What do you see? The violin guy. You open the door, you stop for a second, look at him, and the violin guy shows no mercy. He has that, the thing he used to do that with the violin, kind of like bow and arrow style, with his own strings. In the otter's head, he falls down, and the door closes as the monster comes closer and then starts to eat the otter, who is already dead, but, And then, I forgot about the rocks here. I forgot about a certain type of rock here. It's fine, we can fix that. And then, needless to say, that's the end. The violin guy looks in horror, but the sacrifice has been made. The beast's appetite has been satiated for now. And game over. That is essentially what that entire sequence was. Which is, it's kind of funny to think that my brain created this, what is considered a lovable yet horrifying and disfigured creature, and turned him into this horrific being of death, gore, and dismemberment. That's the mysterious entity for you folks. He takes no prisoners. But that's that. There's not really much I can really say right now about it. That's just that. But that's essentially the idea that I have in mind when I'm creating fan art related, characters morphed and changed to be added to Reginald's Mockery cases. It's the same as Bloodshed Fred. Although the only difference with Bloodshed Fred is the fact that he's already pretty freaking creepy. Having him come in and then just, sticking the Hill family with mysterious liquid needles and, constantly tormenting Hank Hill and, Five Nights at Freddy-esque fashions and, roaming around the house for, 6 hours. Not exactly 6 hours, because that would be too much, but you get the point. For that, it makes more sense, because he was already a creepy character. This guy, on the other hand, not so much. It shows that the mysterious entity is willing to mess with the sanctity of a character for his own gains. And now here's the other idea that I have in mind. A lot of you might be, might not like this one either, because some of y'all's might, like this particular character. But this over here is a very specific character, like a combination. And it's not, I don't think I've even said what this particular type of creation was, so I don't think I have to worry about telling all about that yet. It's mainly for me to keep track and be like, was this a part of that particular creation? No, probably not. Probably. Anyways, so you all know Creepy Susie, right? who I only knew from the Oblong show, and then apparently she had a book, right? All right, so now what if we were to replace a certain character's personality with Creepy Susie, except Creepy Susie is actually going out on a murderous rampage of dismemberment, degutting, degutifying, stuff like that. So, what character do you think am I going to have in that particular slot? Who is going to get changed? Well, it's not a person that is going to get changed, but rather someone whose likeliness is going to be taken and made for this particular creation. Give up? Well, another character who has somewhat of a same, what you call it. So, the character I have in mind is Asui, Froppy. That is right. And this is how this creation came to be. So, Creepy Asui, or Creepy Suze, she says, she has like that, we call her Suze, right? So, yeah, Creepy Suze works perfectly, right? So, this is essentially what she's all about. This particular, not even, well, I guess it is an alteration, but it's not like, you're not taking Asui and changing her personality. You're literally creating a new creation, putting them in that universe, and disposing of the original. I'm sorry, Froppy. She's my favorite out of the 6, but I'm sorry, but this is the mysterious entity's work, and also the idea is too good to pass up. So Creepy Asui over here is essentially one eye narrow, just the same as Creepy Susie. There is a couple of eyes floating behind her. One eye is open, the other eye is closed, but is acting like a bag. And inside of that bag are a bunch of students' heads. Very morbid, right? So, the drawing idea I had. So, actually, I forgot to say the drawing idea for the blubba gabba dabba dooba doos is the otter kid running away from the blubba, the halftime show bros, Christ, as he's running, and the other guy just going back, like arm back and forth. That's essentially the drawing idea I have. Like arm probably like right here, other arm in the ground, head opened up, or head looking up, mouth opened as he's chasing after the otter kid. The drawing idea that I have in mind is Creepy Asui has a chaku by the neck and a bloody tongue at the tip, and the tongue it's sharp, it's serrated, it's capable of literally, like, okay, so there's like 3 tongue wraps around Ochaku's neck here. Clearly there's no, like, full-on marks, as you could probably tell, to like go around and then tighten up because of the whole sharp tongue instance. And in the drawing, you can see a bunch of heads inside of the floating, like, where the dismembered eye slit there is, like, what Creepy Suze is like this, I think? Something like that. I guess it would make more sense for that to be, like, halfway through, so maybe halfway open, but there's no, like, eyeball there, more like a bag. And you are in the wrong spot, you fool. You're supposed to be underneath the wall. I forgot about that. How could I forget? And within that bag, you see Asui's hair. So, the fake killed the original. And that's pretty morbid. Yes, I know it is. But we're talking about a creation presumably made by the mysterious entity. In order to kind of just go out there, start killing, and give the mysterious entity more power. I believe we stated this before in previous Reginald Franklin cases, but the mysterious entity gathers power off of creatures that or off of creatures alongside off of, creatures killing other people. Essentially why we have these horrific abominations killing everything. The more horrifying these entities are, and the more people they kill, the more power the mysterious entity acquires. Also, were you supposed to... No, I think you were supposed to be just like a little, what do you call it? End off at the river there, but maybe like further in the back. Edge point or something, I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. That's going to be a pretty morbid drawing. More so because, well, the original Froppy was ganked by that imposter. And you'll know for a damn fact that everyone else is also dying, and this is not where it's supposed to be at all. I can't believe you've done this. I'm sure a lot of people will not really like that, seeing what's happening there. I mean, don't worry, folks. It's there mainly because it was a good idea. Creepy ass. I mean, sure, I probably could make implications. Make you think, oh, maybe she did kill the original, or maybe she is the original. But no, I'm sorry. Thankfully, this is an alternate timeline. This is a completely alternate timeline. This is a timeline that doesn't take place in the Luna's timeline that we have currently going on, and it doesn't take place in the original timeline. So don't worry, the original's left untouched. Just, if you see black and white Froppy... Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot to mention that she's black and white, kind of. White skin, outfits, black. I think she has the same dress as Creepy Susie as well. So, if you see that... Well, I would say run, but she's gonna jump towards you and gank you with her sharp tongue, and it's not gonna be pleasant. It's probably gonna be painful. And, like, if that were to ever happen, we're all dead anyway, so maybe just accept it. At that point, it's like, you have an entity over here. Maybe you can live long enough for the entity control team to come into play. Maybe Jericho will save your asses. Her asses. I wouldn't count on it, though. Because let's be honest, even with her, just one of her, I think she can, like, murder an entire population within, like, a week. Especially if the police are unable to do any damage to her, or even the military, or the government, or any, whatever the hell force is supposed to be able to, technically take on a being like that. It's a shame, really. But what can you do? All you can do is just hope and pray that you live long enough for the world to be saved. And if the world can't be saved, well, you live the good life. Maybe you can try to convince Froppy to make it quick. Or Creepy Asui to make it quick, I just say. But yes, those are the two fan art related cases that I have in mind for when we eventually return to doing what we need to do. I don't know when I'll get to do both of them. The next limitation period, I already have some ideas in mind. What those ideas are, you may ask. I can say this. I finished up the second episode of that new series I'm doing of My Luna Academia, where Luna rescues Ragdoll from, being taken and traumatized. And dang old military mechs over here are out there just kicking ass and taking names while those three are out of commission for a bit. So I got 2 more episodes left in mine that are normal, and I think y'all are going to like the next episode. You're all going to like it because a certain character that I created that you haven't seen on YouTube yet, but a certain character I created goes apeshit, and for no reason other than to gain more power. And there's a certain character that he goes apeshit on. All I know is it's gonna look cool. It's gonna look epic. It's gonna look slick. However, it's going to be, I'm not sure. I feel like you'll be able to, draw it and post a video of it. The drawing itself is going to be gruesome and, not safe for work. I mean, when it comes to mature drawings, that's a completely different case. Because with mature drawings, you've got a significant amount of sexual nature happening within said drawing. Even if it is fetish and not like actual full-on banging, I have a funny feeling that YouTube will not appreciate me drawing that. And showing me drawing it, I should say. So I don't know if the same rule applies to macabre and horror-esque drawings. Obviously, Blood Peaks is up and is doing fine in that department. Haven't seen any complaints about it just yet. And technically, that entire region is filled with a bunch of blood, flesh, and bones. Although I guess it's far enough away to where you don't really see that all that is blood, flesh, and bones. But, yeah. We'll see. We'll see if we can do that. I guess to an extent, the one major difference with that drawing, the Blood Peaks drawing, and the one that we're about to do, is that nothing there is really shown in terms of, like, for massive spoilers of what action is going to be happening. Punching someone's heart out through their back. From their chest, through their back, elbow deep, elbow out the end. And this is happening in My Hero Academia universe. So, I'm pretty sure you know who I'm going to kill. I'm pretty sure you know exactly who I'm going to kill. We're coming up right off of the training arc camp. I'm sure you know who's gonna die. I'm pretty sure. And the 4th episode is going to come right off of that one. And not to go too much into spoilers, but somebody's going to return back to their prime. And I'm sure you know who's going to return back to their prime. And I'm sure you know who is going to allow for that to happen. You might think, well, that's kind of bullshit, but don't forget. Okay, I can say that Luna is the reason behind the, person going back into their prime. Luna, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but she has the ability to, bring somebody back to life, even if they lost their head. Even though that's pretty big spoilers for a specific other series. I mean, it's spoilers for one reason, because of the actual original thing that happened in the series. And it's spoiler for another reason, because we haven't even gotten to the halfway point in the episode yet. And, hold on, how did I freaking miss this? You, sir, you need to be above the pillar, yes. Exactly that. Granted, with the amount of views that I'm getting on these, I doubt it's going to get spoiled too much, and people are going to be like, oh, I know what that is, it's blank and blank. Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about it too much just yet. I'm going to have to worry about it once these videos start to get more views, of course, but we'll worry about that when that happens. If that happens. I mean, if people know that I'm talking about weird stories as well as plans for, like, future stories and stuff, they would come in and then listen in and just see how I draw everything, right? Yeah, sure, I have no reason to be doing like a crap ton of these in every single instance. That's why I'm doing a mixture of both, drawing it on my own and doing a video of it. It's not like it's completely unnecessary. I do like to tell these stories, even if it's just like no one who's listening. I mean, some people listening, apparently. And some people want to see Mojo Dodo, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah. At the very least, we've got ourselves not a big audience, so I can say some minor spoilers here and there. Oh, I just remembered something. Japan, have I got a word to speak with you with? We have somebody that Luna's gonna punish for what she just freaking did to a child. You don't know what I'm talking about? Well, let me just into the right here. That's right. I'm surprised it somehow managed to make it to TV. Alright, so, I think I've let you in suspense long enough. A new show came on to Toonami, which is great. We got more new shows. One Piece is also returned, which, it's skipping some arcs. I mean, we skipped many arcs. When One Piece came on to Toonami, we went to the Foxy Pirate bit. We didn't even have like a build-up to all the characters joining the crew. We just skipped all of that. Toonami just out here skipping all the One Piece arcs. Probably because it's so goddamn big. Toonami needs like a Toonami Kai kind of treatment over here. Or One Piece needs a Toonami Kai over here is what I mean. Christ. Okay, I'll talk about that in a bit. But I'm still leaving you in suspense. Let me leave you in suspense even more as we look at all of this in this shaded glory. Just okay. Enough suspense. Somehow Toonami managed to get their hands on a show called Made in Abyss. And if you're somebody who knows that show and watched it, you know exactly what exactly the scene I'm talking about. That scene. They hinted at it in the first episode, and you're like, okay, that might be too big. And you're like, there's no way in hell they're gonna show that on. It looks so innocent. And supposedly it's gonna get worse. I'm not gonna say what happens in that particular scene, because I don't know how YouTube will react to that. But you know what I'm talking about. And you know what Luna's gonna do to that old cunt. Oh, right now, yeah, she's going to teach that old cunt a lesson. She's going to go on ahead and give her a taste of our mission. I think she's old. She definitely looks like she's probably in her 40s. The dang old orphanage ladies over here trying to freaking go ahead and okay, well, to be fair, what was her name again? Mom from Promised Neverland was actually trying to give them a good life because she had no choice. I'm gonna have Luna also go after her as well. I forgot what her name was. I think it starts with a V. But I am going to put that bitch in the same situation and have Luna go on ahead and go at her fate. If you could change your fate, would you? You've got yourselves an old lady putting up these poor children in ropes and lake thereof cleans. I'll say it in an accent so YouTube can't. I'll do what Jacksepticeye does and say stuff in an accent to try to get it past the YouTube censors, even though I'm not a member, and that doesn't freaking matter right now because I'm making no money off of this. But it goes ahead and strips the old steeds and puts them up in the ropes and bondage as punishments for literally just looking at the dragonflies. Like, seriously, what's up with that? I swear to God, that is like no reason to be punishing a child in that particular shape and form. And have me Luna gonna do the same to you, you black white haired son of a bitch. Just wanna have you strung up same way. I don't even know what kind of. Well, okay, well, when would I draw this? When would I draw this? I only have good question. Good question. I'm gonna. Oh, wait. I have a list keeping track of things here, so let me update that. This little message today. All right, it's back to the voice of the Scottish, or I don't even know what the fuck this either accent is. We only got like 28 out of 100 gadgets. That means we've made 14 drawings. Unique Luna. So we still got ages to go before we actually do anything in that department. But I am. Okay, Jesus Christ. Enough with the accent for now. We're now past the point where we're talking about the explicit part. I forgot what that orphanage girl's name was. The one that did that. Horrifically did that. I mean, sure, it's played up for laughter, but ugh, man. I understand why Joseph was. They're like, I'll never forgive the Japanese. I don't know why I went full on Fred Flintstone there, but you get what I mean. But yes, I could definitely have Luna go after that girl. Forgot what her name was. That old bitch for doing that. I have a funny feeling she's the antagonist, quote unquote. She definitely has that air to her, but who knows? She might just be freaking goddamn freaking Japan. And they'll be like, damn. Okay, what's a good example for her? Sure. Yes, you terrorized our village, but then you decide to go on and you just start to do good things, and you're pardoned of all your crimes kind of deal here, you know. Sure, they did bad things in the past, but it's in the past now. They're changed. They're different people now, which I guess kind of makes sense if you've seen the secondary instance. I don't want to spoil it because that's also big spoilers if I say it, because now you've heard me say it, so I won't say where that came from, but you know where it came from. If you know, you know. But yes, Japan really has that forgive and forget kind of ideal going for them for some reason. I'm not entirely too sure why exactly. It's kind of like... I know that shit like that wouldn't really fly here in America too much. But, okay, then again, we Americans are unshameful, really. And I will gladly, fess up to being unshameful. You've seen me drawing all of those fetish art and actively talking about it like it's normal. I have no shame. And I've done some things in the past that I'm not proud of, but I own up to them. If I need to own up to them, I own up to them. Cancel culture will only really get to you if you let it get to you. Simply put. Of course, if you've done something really bad, like murder somebody who's innocent, then, you probably shouldn't be forgiven for that regardless. We've all had moments when we were kids and teenagers at the time, when we did stupid shit. So you can't really hold it against people because of what happened that far back in the past. That's like a huge difference. We've grown as people. But can't say the same to everybody. Like, all those people out there who are literally just going on out on the plains and being like, wait, no, hold on, I gotta do this in a better way. I got a captive audience over here, huh? It's time for me to make a fool out of myself, ruin your day, and the workers on this plains day, as well as the cops, and give everybody here a taste of me. As he just goes on ahead on a freaking drunk or drugged up rant, not ramp. And then they just go on ahead and, get the flight delayed back to, like, they have the flight have to return back to the original place, and everybody's like, "Oh god damn! God damn it, man! That's fucking dumbass! You get follow the damn rules, man! Those don't like the mask either, but man, get it over with so we can get to our destination." It's freaking just, it's insane, isn't it? Yeah. And surprisingly, it's not all just us too. Because I believe saw, like, following ETC, I believe some instances happen the same in Canada. It's just insane how a lot of people can just let politics just take over their lives. It really is insane. How has politics become such an ingrained part in our culture to a point where it will literally take over our lives and make us do the most stupidest shit? This is why I don't follow any politics at all. I don't want to play any sides here. I'm going to just look down at the chaos, laugh at everyone being idiots, be an idiot myself sometimes because, you can't avoid it, and just watch the chaos unfold. There's literally no point in me going in and trying to get involved in any of that. It's not only a huge waste of my time, but it's a waste of your time and everyone else's time. We don't want to try to go down the route of Nick Avocado, or whatever the hell his last name was, where he had a bunch of talent, but then he let fame get to his head, and now he's like one step close to death's doormat. Death over here is just like preparing the biggest welcoming cake anyone's ever seen. Because, once you're dead, your soul won't die again, and Death will just be there with the cake, and it says, "Welcome, Nick." And Death over here with a single tear as Nick just digs into the fucking cake. And everyone who, was a fan of him in the after, and like just cheering him on, they're all also pretty big as well. Dang old talk about some goddamn freaking... I guess that would be the good ending for him, wouldn't it? Dang old die, and then you meet Death, who doesn't take you to whatever the hell the afterlife would be at that point, and he's just like got you big infinite-sized cake, and that's all you do. You just eat that. You don't feel any pain anymore. You can just keep on eating. Keep on eating. You won't get any bigger because you're already dead. Well, I don't know, maybe your soul will intake the calories and be like, "Oh man, so much gluttony, I'm gonna get bigger here, oh no. Oh, but there's no pain because I have no physical form, I'm a soul, and I'm going to eat this literal non-existent cake." I don't know what the hell we went to. How the hell did we went down this route? We're talking about somebody who's literally lost their personality to the internet. For me, I didn't really have too much of a personality outside of this. Psychotic? Yes. Well, what's the word I'm looking for when you're like, you're insane, but you know you're insane, and you're able to hold it together to an extent? A sociopath? Is that what it is? You have to be a sociopath for the amount of kind of stuff that I make over here. You know what I mean? I literally made the blabba yabba dabba shuba dooba shubies thing. Gotta be an easier way to pronounce this motherfucker's name. You know what I'm talking about, though. My brain creates the most mysterious things. Don't ask me why. And there's a lot of other... I guess I could probably, save that for some other instance and stories to tell. Do I have it open right now, or is that... No, that's a demon realm. Alright, I'm just gonna close that. Where was it? Weird story content. I have another weird story to talk about. This one's even... This is, the most pinnacle of weirdness. I don't even have to, go too far into, any detail on it. Just like reading that, I'm like, oh, I remember what that story was. And then reading this, I'm like, oh, I remember what that story was as well. All weird stories, to say the least. I won't tell them just yet. We still got other things to talk about. Like the fact that I'm not focused on politics at all. I think that's what you really have to do to, like, live a relatively sane life. Is to not give a damn about politics. I think the issue with politics here is the fact that it's a literal rabbit hole. You got this one side over here who's constantly bashing the other side, and then same on the other side as well. So many people are kind of just like going down a certain rabbit hole that they can never get out of. The QAnon rabbit hole is one major rabbit hole. Some kid's father, who was literally a normal person, went down this rabbit hole and they changed. They changed into something terrible. Bro, some of these people are fucking making a mass shooting out to be this freaking hoax. What kind of... This is the main reason to not get involved with politics. Is that. I mean, okay, sure, there might be a normal side to politics, but the extremist side has just taken so much of the surface up that the normal side is what the extremist side was many years ago. Okay, well, maybe that was... Maybe this extremist side has always been there, and politics is just this wasteland of pointlessness and infuriating people who are just going down the route of trying to annoy another side for no reason. Now, I bet you that we have some dumbasses on... I don't know what side does this. I'm not going to say what side. One side is like, oh, you must be a freaking blah, 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 blah. It's a Democrat or liberal or whatever. I'll be like, bro, I follow no sides. You know, want to know what side I'm following? I'm following the side of chaos. I'm up here with Eris just looking down at all the chaos because there's nothing we can do to fix this nonsense. So I might as well just watch the world burn with all of the chaos gods and goddesses and just try to enjoy my creations. Maybe when I die, I'll go on into the afterlife, and the afterlife is where all my creations reside, and I can just go there instead and live out my temporal existence with all of my creations, i.e. Luna, obviously, wink wink. Screw reality, because boy oh boy is it, it's pain. So many people out there, just going down a rabbit hole, never to come back out again. Normally. Of course, not to discredit the normal political followers, how very few there may be, but I just can't get into any politics, period. I couldn't care less. Sure, I'm being told that politics is life. It's not. Alright? I'm getting by life just fine without looking into anything political. For not getting into any political crap. The only time I'm going to be annoyed of something political on political sides if some side manages to fuck everything up. For all of us. Somehow. And this would go for any side that manages to screw with my way of living. Not just my way, of course. Can't forget all the other people out there. But you get what I mean. What reason do we have to go down the political rabbit hole? I just want to create. I like creating. Why should I go down a rabbit hole and, waste all of my life with all of that? It's simple, really. But, I fear many people might not really understand what I'm trying to accomplish by not getting involved with politics. Besides, I have no knowledge on what the hell politics goes or stands or does or what it is or what sides do what. I have no knowledge. I feel like there should be something in place where if you don't know what political, rules or whatever the hell is something you need to know about. Like if you don't know anything of what the Republicans do or what the Democrats do or what the liberals do, if they are freaking then you shouldn't get involved with politics in the first place. Because if you don't know anything about those sides, you're going to be spitting off random nonsense and you're going to be causing a whole lot of discourse. And it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Simple as that. Of course, that won't stop people from getting into these discourses without any whatever the word is. See, I don't even know what the hell they need to have to go into these political debates and arguments to actually, make sense of anything. They'll just go in, name call, go out, and be like, I won that battle. That's me. I won that battle. And that goes for all sides, too. I'm not lumping certain sides. I'm not lumping one side to, its own side. I'm going to put a red pillar here just because. Yeah, we're talking about, any side that does that. It doesn't matter who you stand for or who you're with. Any side that specifically goes out of their way to not provide anything to a conversation shouldn't really be getting into politics at all. I will discuss opinions on the political landscape as in, I don't like politics. That's what I would do. But, other than that, well, I don't take a side. Why should I? I know what happens when you take sides. You deal with a lot of discourse. So, yeah, best not to take any sides at all. Of course, that doesn't mean I can't make characters who follow, certain political aspects. Make a trucker guy who's a hardcore Republican and make this hippie who's a hardcore liberal. That's the beauty about being able to create. There's no limits. I will create whatever the hell I want. Simple as that, really. Wait a minute, why am I doing that? That's fine. We can have some cracks here and there. It doesn't make a difference if some of them don't have cracks or not. So, we talked about all that. The texturing process is almost done with, I think. I don't know if I'm missing anything important. I am probably missing a bunch of important stuff. But we are getting close to finishing this, at least. How close? I don't know. I think I need to try to merge together some departments here and there. Like this, kind of. At least merges the colors, darkness and brightness are kind of combined, so it looks like it's kind of combining a bit. This one make it more like it's, going out like so. But still combined like that. Oh yeah, I could talk about that now that I've, aired out my concerns for that scene from Made in Abyss, and I'm sure it's only going to get worse from there. I've heard what people have been talking about it. I haven't gotten spoiled by it, but I'm expecting to see some even worse things. Strange, isn't it? But yeah, so yes, One Piece is back on Toonami again. And I never saw the beginning, so I don't know anything about Boa Hancock and her crew. I thought she was the bad guy. She was, so I guess something must have happened in between the arc of Thriller Bark, or maybe it happened before the Foxy Pirates arc, or something like that. But I've always had what you call it, Boa Hancock, and it's like a perfect character to have for fetish art and stuff. I haven't done that yet. I think the only character I have in any form of fetish arts was from a request from somebody of Julie Bond. Obviously in her, adult form, not in the kid form that she can switch to. Yeah. But, yes, we never really went and did anything with, that particular crew, even Nami or Nico Robin, which I should do at some point. But I didn't even. Okay, so weird. Like, what do you call it here? But there's this. Okay, it's like all the characters. A lot of the characters in that show have weird head shapes. Some of them giant heads and weird proportioned bodies. Weird, right? And I'm talking about the fact that we're at the time skip episode, so you know what I'm talking about with a couple of characters in that instance. So there's this girl in that crew, Gorgon's sister. I believe her name was Boaz. Oh, this I can't remember. I can't remember. Do I have a name here? Boa. No. Okay, that won't work here. I, at the very least, have it. Sandersonia, right? That's what her name was. That's another example of a weird head. Yet for some reason, I'm feeling something there. It might be a good future drawing idea. I don't remember what the Gorgons. I know we got Boa Hancock and her now, but was there another one there? I'm gonna check actually. Whoopsis. And apparently I don't know how the hell it happened in the time skip, but apparently Luffy and Hancock's dating or something. I don't know. I don't. We never really got to that arc. The show stopped airing on at the end of Thriller Bark, and well, okay. For some reason, I can't see this here. Okay, why the hell are you showing me ads? Which ones are we talking about here? Oh, we got big, large, and in charge over here. Okay, we might only do a double then. I don't know. I'm not feeling it with her. Yeah, no. We're gonna probably do a double then. just woke the cat up. And she just tucked her head back inside of her. What do you call it? Part? Not even that, like head. I could grab this without her, you know. I just need you to not know as I take a picture. Dang old, wait. I need to open this up. Dang old over here with this. That's right, I took a picture of you, cat. Anyways, yes, so, Sanderson, too bad looking. The other one, the big, large, and in charge, I'm not into big, large women. Too big is too much for me. I'd go for chubby, but there's a limit. Even though that's probably chubby size for the fact that she's like a freaking giant. But, yes, I am thinking about drawing her at some point when the time comes. I mean, why the hell not? We only have Jewelry Bonnie. We need more. We need to, like, make more in that universe. But, like, okay, the entirety of that universe is so goddamn big. There's so many women to draw. It would take ages to get to, like, a story-based instance or something like that now, wouldn't it? I feel like I gotta sharpen this a little bit. Not sharpen, do this, kind of like get this to combine with that. Alright, I think we should get to the rock portion here. I mean, I barely see much art of her on DeviantArt. I only found, like, one. A couple, actually. Go and make a geyser over here. Gonna be part of the background. Or, wait, what if it's a demon? A demon? Well, okay, that would mean that I'd have to freaking, like, I guess it's fine for now. So, this might be too large, since this is a demon that's relatively small. Well, relatively small. It looks like a geyser, but it's really a demon. Alright, yeah, that is small as hell. So I guess what we can do is do little spikes at the end here. And the spikes, what they are embedded into it. A new demon that I'm not going to put on our list, nor am I going to, like, say what its name is. But its purpose, simply put, is to be, like, the thing that for some reason emits these, you know, fire geysers. These fire spew things around here. Wait. I need to do this first. And this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to probably more likely than not. Whoops. Oops. Again, stop screwing up. I'm probably going to outline all of the demons and color them all in. For that matter, wait, why am I doing that? This is a demon. At least we have that there to showcase that we're going to be making a fire geyser, so we can't forget. Let's see. 2 hours into this one? Alright, that's fine. We are going to, I don't know. I mean, there's still a few things that I have to, like, clean up here, you know. And I should try to be relatively quick about this. Relatively quick. Okay, so, rock time. What kind of rocks do I want to use for this area? I guess that'll work. Let's just make this so this angle jitter is small and unnoticeable. And now I need to grab rocks. Maybe some red tinted rocks. So let's just see what this looks like before we do anything. I'm going to go over to here, going to call this rocks. Whoops, B. Alright, how does this look? Wait, right, I need you to be color dynamic. Okay, seriously, bro. And this, and let's go back and try it again. Are you going out, or are you... Okay, scatter might be a bit too much, so I'll bring her in a little bit. Gonna go on ahead and, more rocks here. Alright, that could work, I guess. So I'll save this rock color then. Now I gotta move it over here, and boom. Alright, perfect, great, fantastic. We need more rocks over here as well, so we're gonna have a lot of rocks. Let's try to keep count of the track here, or keep track of the count here. So these rocks are smaller rocks, being shown off throughout the entirety of this area here. Gonna have this be a little bit smaller here, but keep it on the same layer because we don't need to move it yet. And get this rocks the same size over here a little bit, but now make it 10 for this part over here. You can barely see the rocks, but that's fine. The rock. Alright, same thing here, 20 in this department. But 10 over here. And these aren't small rocks, yeah, mind you. These are kind of like, you know, rocks that are about like this size to like this size, maybe. And, I guess over here, we need to have a different type of rock. How about this one? Maybe. Or we can use a crystal layer. Crystal layer, but maybe try to make it thick. Somewhat like this. Scatter it. Okay, maybe not scatter it. Spacing. You can't see what's going on here, but don't worry. I have a plan. Okay, so more rocks. Let me go over to floor. Rocks 1D. God. Dang old underwear is tightening up for some reason. Don't worry, we ain't getting boned by the rocks. We are currently in a very uncomfortable sitting position, and I need to move my underwear. Don't worry, we are fine. Everything is golden. We will make it out of this alive. Okay, sir, you forgot about the fucking 100%. It's fine. So some rocks here and there make up most of the bottom area here. I'll probably, like, shorten some of it around here or something. Yeah, just about. Maybe more over here. Whoops. And outside of that, I'm going to have boulders. Boulders the size of this. Change the angle. Are you? Yeah, you'll just flatten it out. So we're not going to have the other dynamic here. This should be good. No, wait, right? I gotta make you taller, further out. Whoops. Although we do want to have something like that in the bottom to make up the black, like, lava rocks, kind of. Rock about to go into the lava, but I think that's fine. Over here, ooh, that was a perfect placement. We can't get any more perfect than that. And more rocks over here. Okay, maybe not that many rocks, like some rocks here and there. And these rocks are much bigger now. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna try to shade some of them in over here. Make them pop out just a little bit in this area. Not too much, though. Just enough to make this look good. Next up, for this. So this one's going to be a bit tricky. I need you to be somewhat of a bright red, you to be somewhat of a darker red. You need to be this, you need to be that, and now I need to go into the lava and make lava rocks. One. So, 20. Just about. This will be a little bit difficult to try to make it look right. But I think we might be able to do this if we find the perfect spots to make certain rock areas larger and some smaller. Like, okay, so, for instance... Oh, wait, could I? Let me try something. No. Back up, I say. How about vivid lighting? Nope. Alright, this is fine. We'll just mid-tone some of it while leaving most of it hard black. It only really works well for this part, so let's see. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. That's fine. We can make it work. We can make it work simply by doing a little something like this. Why do I get the feeling I forgot to bring this back to? Okay, no, that is what it needs to be. So now I'm going to shade that rock in, and boom. We got to do the same for this, but before I do anything, lava rock ricks. No, lava rock, you fool. Lava rocks, number 2. Whoops. Didn't mean to put that there. Again, you can't see it, but there's some screw-ups here and there. Okay. Oops, again. Lava rocks 1B. Put in some of this over here. Thicker up here. A little bit thicker down here. Dark over here. Light over here. Now we go over to this one. Make this a lava rocks 1C. Now this one actually matters to be inside of the layer. Smaller. Now that would help to like distinguish these if we make some of them smaller up ahead, just to be all like, hey, yeah, this right here, you know, it kind of is smaller because it's further away, just like how these are, you know, for smaller and further away. Yeah, before the lava, I mean, okay, yeah, there's more that I can do with the lava. I think what I should do before I like add any more major components is get all the lava rocks in, and then we'll try to make the lava a bit more, how you say, whoops, what's the word I'm looking for? Whoops, again, okay, looks like we do need to keep it in here now, don't we? So we don't accidentally go too high up. Alright, it's fine, we're good, we're good. Yeah, like, if you saw the other one, you saw how the lava there looked, which didn't really look too realistic. But also, this lava doesn't look the way I want it to look either. I have to adjust some. I'm gonna add some thick parts in here. Yeah, like some giant parts there, maybe like 5 here to kind of like do this and that. I also kind of need to put lava rock here as well. So what does that make? This is C. Alright, we're about to go to lava rock 1D. On the lava fall 1A. Come on, bye. Alright, same size differentiation. A little less so over here in this department. Alright, let's shade some of those in. Dodge some of them. Alright, now we should be on... what is this again? Okay, we're on Lava Rock E. 1. And then after that, we got the far lava rocks over there, which should be easy enough to set up. Some of this is going to be 10. Maybe like, I don't know, 20 around here. Bring us to 5 over here. More 5s and 5s over here. Oof. Yeah, I gotta try to like get it to look more reddish as well. So we're gonna see how we are going to do that soon enough. But for now, lava rocks. We got a lot of lava rocks to add into this, don't we? Alright, now that we're far enough away, 5 we'll have to do. And I'm wondering if I should even do 1 or 2 just to show the back end. No, I don't think we need to worry about that. Alright, here's another one. Crap, what were we on again? 1F, okay, I know where we're on. G now. Lava rocks, 1G. At this point, I should just leave that open. You know, it's somewhat in the way. Some 5s over here, not too much. Let's see. Are you two combined? No, you're not, unfortunately. We're H now. Lava rock 1H. Even smaller up ahead. Alright, now lava rocks 1I. How long are we in? 2 hours and 18 minutes. Alright, not bad, not bad. I'm making good time with the coloring and shading process at least. But yeah. Okay, next up you, which don't have anything. So that makes lava rocks 1J. Thankfully, we didn't have to go too far for that. Okay. This one's somewhat closer, so we're going to add some of the 10s to the side and the bottom, and 5s over here. Eesh, we still got more lava rocks to take care of. Alright, lava rocks 1K now, I believe. At the very least, it's not too difficult to set all this up. Ooh, that's good. Alright, now we'll go to 5 and put the rest of that in. Maybe we'll go to 20 to have a thicker one over here. 20? 20? Okay, no. How about... Alright, there we go. That'll work. Alright, now what about you? Yep, same thing. Although I probably could just leave you as you are right now, so that would have worked. And I'm holding off for telling any weird stories because we are somewhat near the end of this. No, not just yet. Ah, crap. What were you again? Okay, we're on L or M. Lava rocks 1M. We are nearing the end. That is simple enough, really. Just gonna take a little bit of time to get to it. Well, the end of this video. We are nowhere near the end of this drawing because I still got some more demons to draw to take up the rest of this. All right, so now that that's been rocked up, now I gotta go on ahead and I guess we could do this. No. Midtone. Yeah, that'll work. So, removing some of the bright end look here. I think we're going to have the shading and all of that be done in or the light glow be done on its own, like, what do you call it? Oh, that's right. Tired as hell, but watch, I'm still not going to be able to fall asleep. Because of stupid reasons. We're still on the same... Oh, no, that's lava rocks. God damn it. Okay, there we go. Christ. Yeah, make some of it like dark orange-red color. It definitely does look like it blends in better. So we're going to have the light come out of it on its own layer so that we can have that be, a separate, what do you call it? It looks dark now, but we haven't added the effects just yet, the lighting effects. As well as the fog. The fog is going to be the most interesting part in how this is going to work. Before we didn't have fog to work with. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to turn out. Okay, something about this seems off for some reason. Is it you, or are you just not bright enough at the edge here? That was probably it. A little bit right? Okay, good. Alright, so continuing on forward, we're almost finished with, sprucing up the lava. Yeah, see, this right here didn't get the brightness treatment as it should have. No. Lava. Make this brighter, make some of this brighter as well. Do a little, oh, wrong one. Do a little bit of this. And a little bit of this down below. So, there's a few demons that we see within the entirety of the, what do you call it? I think you even see the shadow clown around here somewhere. I think you do. Yeah, you can see it, but you can't... Oh, there it is. Yeah, that thing is huge. I forgot how big the shadow clown was. Yeah, I guess you can see some of the lava in the background with all that stuff there. But that still looks nicer. I mean, it looks a hell of a lot nicer. It's gonna look even nicer when we draw, the flesh giants. The flesh giants, however, I'm a bit worried about and how they're all going to, Okay, so when I first drew the Flesh Giant, I didn't call the drawing Flesh Giant. So I'm hoping what I can do is once I post the link to the thing, which is going to be with DeviantArt, where you post a link which changes it to a thumbnail, and you switch it to a text and changes the name of the deviation. However, that was called Home Invasion, I think, or House Invasion, something along the lines of that. But you see, we are trying to showcase all the demons by name, so we want it to be shown as Flesh Giant, obviously. So my hope here is that I can take that URL and change the wording, and it will still be what it needs to be. I guess I could still brighten some of this up, even if it's not necessarily needed. Definitely looks better as like a deep red orangish color than, say, a yellowish color, like what we're almost about to do with this one again. I guess we could try to, like, switch over to shadow and do this or something. Not too much. Maybe here. No, over here. Well, I guess there's still more decorations that we have to do. Yeah, this is supposed to show that this is going down to here. That's essentially what it's supposed to be. I'll probably have like a pounder here. If I'm drawing a Flesh Giant, I need to make sure that it doesn't block this, this, or all of this. Chances are Flesh Giant will be around here somewhere, walking. And maybe another one like right over here, behind the pillar. That does look cool though, this kind of look, oops, wrong one. This kind of looks like a bone pillar being held up by a, what do you call it? Or the chicken leg bone. Chicken legs, the bone, something like that. Even though that's stone and not bone, just trust me. Yeah, I'm gonna make, okay, so let me see here. Yeah, we don't have any, like, major rock formations. So, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take, like, a short break for a bit. I'm going to outline all the demons. I'm gonna add more decorations to the landscape down there. More, like, thicker rocks. You know, kind of like what we have right over here with this thing. And then I'll get back to you when we, in the second part, when we color, shade, texture, and finish off the drawing. Or color, shade, texture, demons, and finish off the drawing with the effects and all that stuff. So, anyways, thank you all for watching this video. And fix my freaking hair because it's a mess. If you like this episode, please leave a like down below. And if you want to see more of me drawing and more Minecraft as well, please consider subscribing. Check out the playlist if you want to see previous episodes that we've done. And yes, thank you all for joining me on this here drawing adventure, as well as some ideas that I have stated that I will draw in the past. And yes, see you in the next part. Bye-bye.